Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm just fiddling around with it. What's going on, Miss Sanja Watts in the building? I'm trying to figure this thing out. And it's just, but it's okay. Because I got all the time in the world to try to figure this out. Oh, it's up there now. Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. It's up there now. So, that's crazy. That's crazy. It would be up there. I'm not understanding how that happened. I just put it down and it's up there. So now I want to see, will it play? Um, this is weird how this is going. Like, okay. So let me see how this is going to play. Um, I'm going to look and so we go right there. Go share. Okay, so I'm just working on this. Um, she said no. Yeah. So, I'm just looking. So, okay, it's doing some crazy stuff. It's doing some crazy stuff. No, 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 no. It's doing the most. Let's go there. So, yeah, I am still trying to figure this out, you guys. So, I'm going to run this and let's see what happens. I'm going to try to do it. Ah, now it's not there. Unbelievable. Cancel. Now, let's see here. So, it's got StreamYard and StreamYard. That's what it's got. It's got StreamYard and StreamYard. Hmm. How to do this? How? So if I go present this, I would not want to go StreamYard Studio. So yard or whatever. Entire screen. Entire screen. Uh, hmm. Also share audio. But it only got the StreamYard in there. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay. It only got the StreamYard in there. That doesn't make sense to me. So if I go right here and it's not there, so changes you made will be saved. Wow, you got. She said it's dark. I'm sorry, P.S. I've been trying to track down this thing, and it's just doing what it wants to do. It really is. And I'm like, how can I? It was there before, and I don't know why it's not there now. And it's unbelievable. But I'm just working on it. If you guys got somewhere to go, go. That's what I do. Sometimes I be like, okay, how to get this and how to make it where I can see and all of this other stuff. And it's more to it than what you guys think. Yeah, I mean, you have to, you know, do this every day and figure it out. And oh my God, it's just unbelievable. But um she said patience, no sound. Yeah, there's sound, Zena. What do you mean? There's sound because I've got my thing going. So you guys give me um you know. So let me see. I haven't been doing this for a while, so we kind of just having issues. Um, sometimes, yeah. Um, I'm just trying to figure this out. Present, share screen, select a tab. Let me see. Can't. Windows. No. Can't do Windows. Entire screen. No. Can't do entire screen. What if I do the entire screen? If I do the entire screen, okay. Okay, if this don't work, y'all, I'm just gonna go to bed. Let's go in there and see now. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Cause now I've got my screen up there. So you see my screen, but mm, yeah, I'm going to. You guys see my screen? She said we do see it. Uh, 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 uh. Um.
And then when we got over to circuit court, we indicted 23 more charges of a combination of child neglect and child abuse. So we are that
Let's start over.
courtroom. All right. How's everyone doing? So you just heard the sentencing from the court in the Cory Bigsby case. He received 40 years, which is the maximum penalty for the second-degree murder, and he received 5 years for concealing and disposing of a dead body. And so now we are moving on to phase 2 of this case. As you remember, or you can recall, this case initially started with 7 counts of child neglect. And then when we got over to circuit court, we
Hey, you guys. I think I know what it is now. Oh my goodness. Hey, you guys. I think I know what it is now. Why is the thing still going? Okay. I need to find. Why is the thing still going? Okay. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. I have no clue where anything is. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. But it's feeding off of my. I'm trying to. Ugh. I think I know what I need now. But somebody took my earphones. And I'm hoping it wasn't my grandson. Because my daughter gave me some stuff. Ugh. Okay. Let's just look around and okay. Here's some. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Maybe we can do it with these. Cause or those right there, but these might do it right here. These might do it. I need to get my stuff together. I know that because that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So, okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, so okay. Can you guys hear me? Huh. Okay. Wow. Can you guys hear me? I just don't understand it. Okay. Wow. Can you guys hear me? Stop screaming. Stop sharing. Okay. I had to turn it off. Stop screaming. Stop sharing. Okay. I had to turn it off. Let me try to see if that's better. It's still an echo on there. Hold on. Let me try to see if that's better. It's still an echo on there. Hold on. Let me try to see if that's better. It's still an echo on there. Okay. Is that better? Is that better, you guys? I had to get rid of the whole thing. Is that better? Okay. Is that better? Okay. I had to get rid of the whole thing and reset it up. But so this is what we'll do. Cause I guess we don't have to look at it. Let me get my other phone. Um. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we'll do because shoot, we're gonna listen to it at the same time. I'm gonna turn my other phone on, you guys. It doesn't matter, you guys. We rock when we can't rock. You guys are so supportive and everything. And it says emergency phone calls only. What? Why is my phone doing some crazy stuff? It's 100%. I don't know why it looks so ashy. I don't know. I don't know why it looks so ashy. It's 100%. Hold on. And we will find it and well, not find it. I've got it. It's just putting it. I know. Huh. This is weird. Huh. This is weird. That I'm not even get. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Years have been, which triggered the abuse she experienced with.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Cory was reported missing in January of 2022.
A jury convicted Bigsby in March. Kiana continues our team coverage with reaction to the sentencing. Kiana?
Okay, hold on. I just got a text message. People love to call you soon as you get busy, and it's like, oh, it's so important, but I got it at 10:35. Okay. Okay, I had to text somebody. And, of course, you know, here's the thing. So, We was in the middle of that. Here we go. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Because...
Yes, well, Cory's mom says that she prays that Cody haunts Cory for all of eternity. She says it's the lack of remorse and answers on...
Hold on. Did this woman just say it, Cory's mom? Hold on. I need to back it up. Did y'all hear what I just heard? Did she just say Cory's mom? That's how you know. Hold on. I need to listen to it again. See, this idiot is now texting me. I will text him when I get done.
22.
A jury convicted Bigsby in March. Kiana continues our team coverage with reaction to the sentencing. Kiana?
Yes, well, Cory's mom says that she prays that Cody haunts Cory for all of eternity. She says it's the lack...
Oh my God, she did say Cory's mom. She said Cory's mom. That lets you know that the person that's doing this report is not even, knowledgeable about really what's going on. That right there. I'm going to tell you guys something. You can get mad at me all you want. I tell people, don't get mad. Don't even freaking call. Because you don't, you know what? Because, you know why? Because I really don't care. You're going to have your opinion about anything. I'm going to have my opinion about some things. And that settles that. I don't care. And I say what I want to say. I'm a grown woman. I say what I want to say. And people get mad and they be like, oh, I just hate this. And then they're going to say, hey, why'd you block me? Because I don't really freaking have to hear what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. Common sense. These people, they didn't realize. I mean, hey, I know sometimes we get it mixed up, but we get it mixed up because the names is like Cory and Cody or whatever. But we correct it right then. We be like, my bad, I'm sorry, do. This woman just act like, oh yeah, it ain't no mistake. Cory, Cody, no big mistake. Okay.
Lack of remorse and answers on where Cody's body is that upsets her the most. Now, on the stand today, she was emotional, sharing how traumatic the last 3 years have been, which triggered the abuse she experienced with who she calls a monster, who is Cory. She says she's had nightmares imagining what her now 5-year-old twin boys and 8-year-old had to live with. Her oldest son testified back in March that he found Cody beaten and bruised, and those are just some of the horrors her kids endured at the hands of their dad. Now, this community wants some closure following the sentence, including where is Cody, and they hope that Cory will share those answers.
I really wish he would step up.
Now, hold on. I was speaking to some people down there in the Virginia area yesterday. They was trying to explain to me how the sentence work. Now, this is just what they say. Doesn't mean... Now, here's the thing. The funny thing about it is, they know, they should know. I'll put it like this. They should know more than what we know when it comes to their rules, regulations, laws, and things of that nature. So it was shared with me. You can agree or disagree or believe or whatever. But we did do some math. And so I was talking to Amanda. And she says that, yeah, they gave him 45 years. And then they went ahead and said that, with him being in jail before he was charged, he'll get day for day. And that's how they come up with minus 2 years or something of that nature. And I'm like, okay. So when he does state time, there will be 85%. He has to do 85% of his time. They did the math. I did the math. I was like, how'd y'all do the math? They was like, the calculator. So I got my calculator out because I know how to do percentages and everything. And it did come out to 38 years, 0.25. So the 0.25 is a quarter of a year, which a quarter of a year is only but, what, 3 months. So he'll do 38 years and 3 months all together, just on that alone. I'm not really worried about it. You know, if you say it ain't like salt and sugar, those are two totally different spices. You know what I'm saying? So 38 is a lot of years because he's already like 40 something, 50 something years of age, right? So it's really not no big deal. I don't argue with people about crap like that. And so we were just trying to get the years together, and I was trying to let them see where I was coming from. They was trying to let me see where they were coming from. At the end of the day, we got off the phone. It was agreed that he's going to do big time. And whether it's the 38 or whatever, it was, we was all happy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get into an entanglement, Sanja. You already know that. But, and people going to feel something. But I had someone call me, and we chitty-chatted for a brief minute before they got highly ticked off with me. Which, you know what? At the end of the day, I can tell you, I really don't give a dang. Just, you know how I already feel about the situation. Here's the thing. When you're grown, you're grown. You don't have to agree with me or anybody about what you believe and what you see and what you've heard and what you know. People get mad. You were already mad before you called. No, I don't feel no remorse for Cory. I don't feel no remorse for, and I said this more than once. You can cry a river. I don't feel remorse for the mom. I'm sorry. I just don't. You know why? I just don't. Hey, before she said what she said, I've already been side-eyeing. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how somebody can be doing TikToking. And then she said, oh yeah, my friend came to support me. My best friend. Okay, it's a sad story. I'm not going to sit there and lie. It's sad. And then she had a heart attack, and then she later died. Okay, even what you call him said, that's traumatizing. It's traumatizing that you lost your kids. It's traumatizing that you're going to say, oh, it just brings back all the memories of all the abuse I went through. If this person was so, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying I don't have no mercy. I don't feel like, oh, poor. You might feel that way, and that's okay. I just don't feel that. Because, we don't know when we're in a situation, how it's going to turn out. I get that. We don't know. But if you lock me up in a closet and starve me, kick me like a freaking dog, punch me in my eye, give me black eyes, and think I'm going to hand you my kids, I don't care who you are. I just don't. Don't sit there and get mad at me because I'm not sympathetic. I'm not sympathetic. Because you know what? You do that to me, you're not even going to be around my dog. Okay? I don't care what I'm going through. Let me tell you something. And that's just me. Now, get mad at me all you want. You can get mad. I really don't freaking care. Get mad. You don't even have to talk to me. You can be mad at me and don't ever talk to me. Because I didn't call you. You called me. And I'm putting it out there. That's why some people are blocked. They're blocked for a reason. Here at the end of the day, I'm a very strong opinionated black woman. That guess what? My opinion counts with me. I have to go to sleep and think how I think about things, not because what you want me to think. I don't feel sorry because somebody died. I don't. I'm not. I just don't. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Whether you do understand or not understand, if my dog died, still the facts remain. I'm not one of them sympathetic, I'm going to give you a pass. I'm not going to give you a pass because I really don't freaking understand how in the world, after everything, when you do get in touch or send a message, the first thing that you say is, my kid still alive? Hold on. Let me tell you something. You know why we get in these situations and we be like, I don't know what's going on. This is my life. Oh my God. People hate to tell me what's going on in their situation. You know why? And I say this, and I'm going to keep it real with you guys, because they don't really want to hear the freaking truth. Hello, you don't want to hear the truth? Don't call me. Don't call me. Don't ask me what I think. If you want to vent and want me to just shut up, but tell me at the beginning of the conversation. You just want to vent and you want to say what you want to say. But, if we're conversating, we're talking, guess what? It's 100% for you, 100% for me. If my opinion didn't matter to you, why in the hell did you call me? Hello? Because I still don't give a dang about that. I just don't. I said what I said, and I meant exactly what I said. I don't flip-flop just because whether he got free or whether he got 45 years. Stuff is not adding up. It never did add up. You know what I'm saying? Do you see me going off on I don't go off on April. April can get mad all she wants because I'm not sympathetic to your feelings just because you're a woman. You're a woman, but you made a big mistake, and that's all I'm saying. Is it true or is it not true? It's true. You don't drop off a kid in the middle of crack alley and nobody knows where you're at. And let them go to a party that you don't know nobody. You don't even know who having the party. And now what can you say? I'm sad that your child got in a situation, but you put the child in a situation. And everybody's like, oh, it's SP. It's hard. It's a mistake. We all make mistakes, yeah. But we're not dropping our kids off in the middle of crack alley and leaving them to a birthday party. 3 years old. Here at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you something that Antoine Bell said. He said this plain and clear. I wanted to share with you guys so you guys can get the effect that I got. Hey, PS, let's give you a shout out. PS got a shout out. Let me give you 5, 10. I'm going to give you an extra one because you got that extra dollar up in there. Thank you for the super chat. And we actually needed it. Oh, what's today? The 18th? Yeah. 18, 19, 20, 21. 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. We actually needed that to stay on the porch. So I appreciate that. PS, thank you for the super chat. Let me get you down off in here because I'm not gonna miss that. I appreciate you. And I will make sure you got 7929-835, 7929-836, 7929-837. We have to stay at a minimum, and I think that right there put us right where we need to be. Thank you, PS, for the super chat. Okay, did you see those babies' faces? Did you see the baby faces at the end of that super chat? Because this is what it's all about. Let me show you the faces again, because it's only but maybe like a 3 seconds. But I want you to see the faces of these babies on the super chat. Just look at it again. Okay, remember, this is Warriors for Children. This is not Warriors for women. This is not Warriors for an adults. This is Warrior for Children. That's what I'm all about. I'm not all about, I get that people make mistakes. I get it. And I'm not chastising this woman. I'm just saying, I just don't have no empathy in my heart for her. This person asked me, don't you feel bad? No, I don't. Oh, wow, I got to go. Hell, okay, don't ask me because you want me to lie so you can feel good about it. I don't have no empathy. I'm saddened that the child is gone. I'm saddened for that. This is her second kid. The heck? But Antoine Bell said something. You know what he said? He said, don't be, y'all looking for Cody. Cody's dead. That's what he said. There ain't no do-overs. It's just not. Don't be looking for him to be in the store. You're not going to find him. And when he said it so freaking clear that anybody that this is traumatizing, because this is traumatizing to me. I'm all in my feelings. It's traumatizing to you guys. You're all in your feelings too. It's traumatizing, especially to the people that's in Virginia. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing to the community that a baby so young, 3 years old, and we don't know how the heck he died, but they say that he punched this baby until the baby died. And they got to know something that they can't even tell us. To say for sure, the prosecutor and the attorney for the Commonwealth to say the baby is dead. That's what he said, y'all. I'm going to let y'all hear it for yourself. I'm going to let you hear it for yourself. It ain't going to be as clear as it is, but just listen.
Step up to the plate to give closure
of their lives.
Justice has been served for Cody.
I feel for her as a mother.
She said justice has been served. And then you got Nancy talking about, I feel for her as a mother. I'm not finna even get into all the bull crap in the circus show, because some people, they did what they did, and at the end of the day, I get over some of the crap that was done, and people want to say, oh, I just did this, and I just did that, or whatever. I was talking to Miss Tina, and I was going to say something to her, and we had to go somewhere else with the conversation because other things was happening at the time, and we didn't get back on it. Because I said, let me share something with you that's real, that's the truth. Why sometimes, and then something happened. I can't remember what happened, but I had to get off the phone, and she had to get off the phone, whatever. But at the end of the day, people's like, don't you feel sad for the mama? No, I don't. If that makes me a bad person because I don't feel sad for them, I just don't. Well, she lost her child and then did it. She lost her best friend and did it. Only thing I seen is the mama doing a TikTok dance, and she never did speak up. And I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't even get out of freaking bed. I just couldn't. She says that is like BTK daughter calling herself a victim because her dad's a serial killer. Exactly. She's a narcissist, just like her dad is, here to support the real victims in today's world. Come on, life is real. Come on, life is real. Hello? Some people, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you something, you guys. There is victims and then there is real victims. See, the kids don't even have a father. Those kids are real victims. They ain't got a brother. Those are the real victims. They ain't did nothing. They innocent. These adults that y'all wanna sit back and be like, but don't you feel some kind of way? Okay, to the H to the no, I don't. The heck? Why would I be sitting there feeling, why? I don't know if she had anything to do with it. I don't feel nothing towards that. There's nothing you can tell me. I just don't. I will be lying to you to sit there and go, yeah, Now, April, I felt a little something for April. I did. I felt a little something for April because April reached out there. You know what I'm saying? April reached out there. She'd fight anybody. She was just, it was a whole, everybody is different. I just didn't feel anything. For this person to get mad at me because I didn't feel anything, you know what? Get the heck out of here. Don't even call me no more. Because I'm not going to feel anything. I mean, I can feel something if God shows me where I should be feeling something, but I just don't. That man said that don't even look for Cody. Cody is dead. I was done. I was done. And I'm trying to find it. I know some of you guys probably sent it to me. Here we go. Here we go, right here.
All right. How's everyone doing? So, you just heard the sentencing from the court in the Cory Bigsby case. He received 40 years, which is the maximum penalty for the second-degree murder, and he received 5 years for concealing and disposing of a dead body. And so now we are moving on to phase 2 of this case. As you remember, or you can recall, this case initially started with 7 counts of child neglect. And then when we got over to circuit court, we indicted 23 more charges of a combination of child neglect and child abuse. So we are going forward with that. For those who were in the courtroom, you heard me state we're ready to set those cases, and we are. And so the court is going to provide their dates, and then defense counsel and I are going to come up with an agreed date to try this matter with a jury, and we will go forth there. In those cases, he is facing, I think it was 156 years.
156.
Total. I can be off on the numbers because it's been a while since I've totaled the maximum penalties for those cases.
I think it was like 163.
But nonetheless, it's somewhere in that range.
Yes, it is.
156 years that he's facing.
It's in that range.
And yes, I will be asking for the maximum.
He said yes, he's going to ask for the maximum.
And I know for some of you, like, you are hardcore. Can I tell you why I'm hardcore? I'm hardcore.
Tell us.
Because, hey, I want you to think back, particularly media. Think back And can you remember a case that has literally erupted in our community in a 7x7 in such a manner as Cody? Where is Cody? People looking for Cody. People saying that they saw Cody even though it was not him, because people wanted to believe this 3-year-old was still alive. And that is the biggest trauma, I really believe, outside of to his immediate family.
Listen.
Dina Kareem. I think outside of that harm to their family, the harm to the community has been so exacerbated by the fact that we just don't know where he is. And there's only one individual who knows that.
Exactly.
And so you may have seen some theatrics in the courtroom in which the defense attorney was trying to downplay the evidence and try to make it seem as if 10 years from now Cody is going to be found. Cody is dead. That's just the reality of it. For those who have...
What did he say? Let's get to the reality of this. He said Cody's dead. 10 years from now, Cody's not going to be walking home or visiting anybody. He said, let's get to the reality. That's what you guys are not understanding. When this Commonwealth attorney tells you Cody is dead. This is not a freaking game. Cody's dead. Let me tell you something. The kind of mannerism this man has as a Commonwealth attorney, he's not going to say something that, when I'm saying, now his book is not a prayer. His mouth is not a Bible. His mouth is not a Bible. Like, a person can lie. But for him to get on national TV and tell us he got the freaking maximum for this man, Cory Bigsby, he said, let's get to the reality. Cody's dead. This man's sister got on the stage talking about, I didn't lie and I ain't gonna start lying. I said what I said, blah da 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 da, and all this other stuff. Let's just stop. Cody is dead. And so anybody want to get mad at me, get mad all you want, because at the end of the day, for this Commonwealth attorney to get on national TV and say, let's look at the reality, the baby is dead. I don't feel sorry. I don't care what you was going through. I can't sit there and say, I did this or I would do this. I know as a mother, we all make mistakes. But guess what? When we've made those mistakes, warning comes before danger. Warning comes before danger for all parents. I'm not the only one that say, oh man, I effed up. I'm never going to do that again. But to sit back and get mad at me because you want to say, oh, okay, I can remember all the abuse I was going through. If it was so freaking abusive, why would you leave your kid? Oh, because I was going through cancer. Oh, I was in a bad situation. You know what? We ride today together. We die together. When them kids are babies, if you know, my kids look at me sometimes and say, Mama, I remember we ate corn out the can. And you know what? You ate it and I ate it too. I didn't go hand you to nobody. I didn't leave you with nobody. We ate corn together. If that's a bad parent, then I was the worst. Because you know what? If I can eat it, you can eat it. I might give you 2 cans to my 1. Get mad. But I guarantee you, I didn't go ahead. You know. Now, if the child was in danger, I could see you saying, hey, let me go ahead and give this person my kid to keep them from killing them or something. I understand that. If you didn't know that this person was abusive, I can understand you hand that. But you sitting there saying how abusive he was to you and Come on now. Come. Make it make sense. This is her second child. I'm not finna drag this mom down the road, down the street, and all this other stuff. But don't tell me it done gave you all these memories of the abuse, because something is just not white about this milk. Whether we know it or not know it, I am a parent. I am a mother. I am adopted mother. All my kids are well, thank God. Knocking on wood. You know what I'm saying? But something's not right. And if something's not right, then we don't really know the whole story. All we know, one thing for sure, Cody is not coming back. And I know that a parent always go, you know what? Dang, I'm hurting because I feel guilty. You gonna feel guilty. I feel guilty for my brother passing away. I feel guilty. I feel like, dang, I made the wrong decision. You know, whether he wanted to stay by himself, I should have got, you know, and I did have somebody coming over there, but he telling people, no, I don't need him. You know, I still feel guilty. So some people get mad at me because they want to rock it with the mom because, you know, they a mom or they a woman, and they don't get it. They don't understand. That mother is going to go through a lot of counseling, and she should. She should. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to tell you something. And this is just something that's in the Bible, okay? You can get mad at me all you want. I'm not God. I just believe what I believe. But when I read stories in the Bible, you know, there was this one man, I think it was King David at the time, and he was messing around with Bathsheba or whatever her name is. I really didn't go off into the depth of it. But anyway, you know that Bathsheba or whatever her name was got pregnant, and her husband was not around when she got pregnant. So the king was the father of this child. Okay? So people don't understand things. So what did the king do? The king could have made it right. And let things happen or take place or whatever. But no, he didn't do that. You know what the king did? The king was like, he was like, okay, let me bring the wife. Let me bring the husband back home so he can lay with his wife so he can think that the child is his. That's the first thing that the king did. Now this was a king. He said, so go get her husband and bring him home. Phyllis know what I'm talking about. Come on, Phyllis. So he brought the husband home so he can lay down with his wife, so he can think that this child is his. But when the husband came home, he laid outside the door. He didn't go in the house and go lay with his wife. He stayed outside and laid down. So the king got her word that he won't go lay with his wife. So the king brought him to him. He said, go bring him to me. Cause I need to know why he won't go lay with his wife. Because remember, the wife is pregnant with the king's baby. So when he went and got the soldier and said, hey, because he was the commander of all the other soldiers, he said, hey, what's going on with you? Why are you outside your home laying down when I brought you home so you can be with your wife, your family, your wife? You know what this man said? This man said, yeah, the king knew, because the king knew that he's the father of this child. So trickery and manipulation goes way deeper than just we're right now in 2024 and we're looking at people and da 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 da. So, and if you read your Bible and you read these stories, you realize something. People can cry a river. God does not make no mistakes. Yeah, we're hurt to the core that this baby is innocent. But at the end of the day, check this out. Check this out. I'm just saying. So the king was like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because this man is not going to lay with his wife. So he tells all the soldiers, the man tells him, I don't feel right laying down enjoying my wife when my soldiers are out there fighting and I'm over here having a really good freaking time. And the king was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. He say, okay, go back and be with your men. So he ordered for the whole squad to be in the front line. And this is what he ordered them to do. When y'all go to fight on the front line, you let this man, Uriah, whatever his name was, Phyllis know who I was talking about. Let me see. Uriah. You put Uriah right at the front and everybody else, y'all pull back. And let Uriah be at the front since he's this good soldier. Let him be at the front. And everybody else, y'all come back. Y'all come back. So Uriah's out there doing his duty with his men. Put him up front. And everybody else pull back. And Uriah, the soldier, the woman's husband, got killed. Now, the funny thing about it is, guess what? His wife's still pregnant with this child. Now her husband's dead. Nobody gonna ask any questions because guess what? Uriah is the only one can say, I didn't lay down with that woman. That's not my child. That's my wife, but that's not my child. But he's dead. You guys understand that? Does that make sense to you? So the baby, so this woman having the baby. So now the king puts the woman, Bathsheba, I can't remember if that's her name. I think it's her name. I don't know. I've been called Bathsheba before, and I didn't know what the heck this older woman was talking about. But whatever. Okay, you know what? I'm grown now, so now I know. I think I was 21, 22 when I was called Bathsheba. Shut the front door. You know, you won't be able to call me Bathsheba again because that is not me. She said, I love the way that you preaching this story. You know that is true, right? So she ends up being a part of his, what do you call when you have a squad of women that you marry? Then there's some that you can have fun with. But I guess he married her or he ended up putting her in his mirage of women, whatever. So when she get pregnant, it's okay. You telling the story like Madure on Terry Pilot, on Tyler Perry as it shut the front door. 6 senses in the building. K Solo, what's going on? It's true. So you know what King did? The Lord told the king, the baby gotta die. The king didn't want to hear it because he the king. He's like, no, I'll do anything because this is my baby. Don't let the baby die. That's it. The baby gonna have to die. So what did the king do? You guys, I won't make you read the story. I'll tell you the story. What happened? Because these stories are true and they are in the Bible. So the king tore off all his clothes. He tore off all his clothes and he went outside and laid out in the street naked. And he said he was going to lay out there in the street naked until God let his baby live. Like God has something to do with all of this convertedness that him and Bathsheba did. And trickery and malicious stuff that the king did with a woman. He had all these other women to go lay with, but he was looking at Bathsheba when he done sent Bathsheba's husband to go fight a war, and he wanted Bathsheba. And he got Bathsheba. He must have had a NUT, because guess what? Bathsheba ended up getting pregnant. And her husband was nowhere around. So the king is outside in the street naked. Yeah, now he just now consulting God. He was like, God, just let my child live. I will do anything. I'll take off all my clothes and throw myself to the mercy of, I'll be so ashamed and embarrassed and everything. I'm going in the street and I'm just going to be naked. So everybody can see. And the child, God said the child had to die. Yeah, he was butt naked, you guys. I can't make this stuff up. This is just life. And there's really no accidents. And guess what? The child died. Okay, we can't think like God, but we realize something. There's blood on the hands of the husband. Everybody's like, but the mama, she lost the baby. What did she do? Yeah, she did something. She laid down with the man she wasn't supposed to. That she was married. She was a married woman. And the king, he's the king. But it doesn't matter because God is God. I promise you one thing that I will never forget when I'm learning about God, and when you know God and you know why he does some of the things, he don't have to explain himself to nobody. But I guarantee you, whatever happened, happened. The facts is what we see. Not what you hear, what you see. In a world that is physically. Now, even though that the child is deceased from this world, he's with the Lord. So he's in the best place he needs to be. Because these two nuts, I'm not going to call people idiots no more. Whether one's doing time and one's sitting there crying, talking about she just wants justice and Cody got justice. I digress. I really will. Because anybody in their right mind will sit there and say, but I want my baby. I want my baby. I don't want freaking justice. I want my child. I don't care if my child is deformed. Just tell me where the child is at. You don't even want to know where the baby is. I would. There's a passage about hurting children and milk stones. What you talking about, milk stones? You talking about milestones? Where's the passage at? Sixth Sense. Tell me the passage and I'll read it. I got my book. My book stays with me in my room. Tell me where it's at. I don't believe that our God makes mistakes. Milestones, yeah. No worries. I figured it out. I figured it. You didn't have to post it. I figured you meant milestones. Find the passage. I learned from you guys. One thing about it is, I don't believe our God makes mistakes. I just don't. SP, I heard yesterday that she looked at him and asked where Cody was. People make mistakes. Yep, they do. She said, okay, be right back. Okay. I'll wait on you to see if you can find it. It's 2 o'clock, so it's all good. I was just going to straighten my hair. I got my hair down. It's been washed and colored. Got a lot of gray out. And so, I'm going to clean up the downstairs. But I'm going to be honest with you. I can clean up the downstairs tomorrow. This is the day after. She says Matthew 18:6. Okay. I'm going to share something with you guys that you guys don't even really understand. I mean, for real, for real. She said Matthew, shoot. Matthew 18:6. Okay. I'm in Matthew. I love everything that we read. 18:6. And it says, but whosoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it will be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depth of the sea. That's actually different. That's actually talking about, that's not talking, well, it can be talking about kids, but they didn't cause the child to sin. That's talking about preachers. That passage is actually, let me see. Okay, so actions that causes disciples to sin. That's talking about ministers, preachers, people who don't want to do wrong, but you making them lie and all of that. That's what that's about. But after that, let me read this to you because it is written in red. It says, I'll read the beginning and I'm going to read down to 10, you guys, because I want to share something with you. It says, 18:6. But whosoever caused one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a milestone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Number 7. Woe to the world because of offenses, for offenses must come. But woe to that man by whom the offenses come. Number 8. If your hand or foot causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. It is better for you to enter into life lame or maimed rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into the everlasting fire. Number 9. And if your eye cause you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. It is better for you to enter into life with 1 eye rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell, fire. Take heed. Number 10. Take heed that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I say to you that in heaven their angels, always, their angels, people that God has called to do something or to share the word, whether it's a pastor, a minister, evangelist, a deacon, a person that's no title. You don't have to have a title. You don't have to be a prophet. You don't have to be all of this stuff. So people sometimes think that a prophet is, I'm going to go and tell you the future. I mean, I'm not saying a prophet can't do that. But really a prophet is to actually share with you, because they're called prophet for a reason. Share with you things that will help you to correct yourself in the future. But number 10 is telling you, it says, for I say to you that in heaven they're angels. So that these people, if you are one of these people, I don't know who you are. You can be one, I can be one. But if you got a calling on your life, even if it's just for one person, and you say just one, you mean God, He entrusted you with a whole soul. That's a lot of responsibility. So you do what you're supposed to do. Especially if you know that you are called to do something. You can't let people that have a carnal mind make you feel guilty about life and death, because there's something different and there's something more after death in this world, and we know that. Okay, so we are upset because we don't know the pain and suffering that a child had to go through. But trust and believe, I'm not finna change my stance when I say what I said. I said what I said because I said what I said. Get mad. Don't call me. If you're so mad, don't ever call me again. I don't care. I can't change what I see and what is embedded in me. I don't have no sympathy for that person. I can't even say I'm sorry, because I'm not. I don't feel that. I feel that the child went through what he went through, and then the children, the brothers and the sisters, because there are stepsisters and brothers also, I feel sorry for them. That they have to go through having a father that is in prison for hurting another child, or allegedly hurting, that actually knows where this child is. And who else knows? Somebody else know. They know. They've been knowing. And I'm just saying, I can be wrong. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. So she got up in court and asked Cory, where is Cody? Yeah, right. I'm not saying she didn't do that. I believe, when somebody tell me something, and I think that was Lisa Calhoun said that. I believe that whoever told her that, she probably did say that. She probably did. Yeah. Many are called, few are chosen. Yes. So I want to hold on, you guys, so I can share this with you. I put it in layman's words, but um, I did. I put it in layman's words, and hold on.
How's everyone doing? So, you just heard the sentencing from the court in the Cory Bigsby case. He received 40 years, which is the maximum penalty for the second degree murder, and he received 5 years for concealing and disposing of a dead body. And so now we are moving on to phase two of this case. As you remember, or you can recall, this case initially started with 7 counts of child neglect. And then when we got over to circuit court, we indicted 23 more charges of a combination of child neglect and child abuse. So we are going forward with that. For those who were in the courtroom, you heard me state we're ready to set those cases, and we are. And so the court is going to provide their dates, and then defense counsel and I are going to come up with an agreed date to try this matter with the jury and move forward there. In those cases, he is facing, I think it was 156 years.
156.
Total. I could be off on the numbers because it's been a while since I've totaled the maximum penalties for those cases because of the focusing on the murder. But nonetheless, it's somewhere in that range of about, I think it's 156 years that he's facing. And yes, I will be asking for the maximum on that. And I know for some of you, like, you are hardcore. Can I tell you why I'm hardcore? I'm hardcore because I want you to think back, particularly think back, and can you remember a case that has literally erupted in our community in a 7x7 in such a manner as Cody? Where is Cody? People looking for Cody. People saying that they saw Cody even though it was not him, because people wanted to believe this 3-year-old was still alive. And that is the biggest trauma, I really believe, outside of to his immediate family, his mother, Dina Kareem. I think outside of that harm to their family, the harm to the community has been so exacerbated by the fact that we just don't know where he is. And there's only one individual who knows that. And so you may have seen some theatrics in the courtroom in which the defense attorney was trying to downplay the evidence and try to make it seem as if 10 years from now, Cody's going to be found. Cody's dead. That's just the reality of it. For those who have any questions whatsoever, Cody is dead. And we have to make.
That's all I needed to hear, you guys. That's all I needed to hear. Exactly. Miss Phyllis says all believers should spread the good news of Jesus Christ. Just tell your story of how you came to believe in Jesus. Six Sense says, I think no parole or release unless they disclose where the missing person is. PS says this man is never going to hurt a child again. That's the most important. Exactly. So, and I did find it, the story that I was telling you guys about, if you want to read it and learn all about it, it's in 2 Samuel, about Bathsheba and how the king reigned over Israel, and how He did. I think the guy's name was Abshore. I don't really remember what his name was, but Parasheba was that woman. She did some stuff. It was shown yesterday that they were trying to postpone or change the date or the time yesterday. Yeah, okay, so let me tell you what happened a little bit. Somebody, I think it was Amanda, she says the 11th and the 12th chapter. If you guys want to read about it and come back and tell me how wrong I am, but you're not going to be able to do that, because sometimes, like, some it's been given to and some it has not. If you ask, you shall receive. You have to ask for the answers, and God will reveal them to you. And as things come up in your life, you can see it for what it is. So no, I don't owe nobody apology of what I think and what I believe and what I see. And ain't nobody that specially, okay, hold on, and I'm just going to be truthful. People can get mad at me all they want. Get mad and stay far distance, because at the end of the day, I really don't care. I cannot change what I see and what I feel or what I know. Sometimes if I say I know, they're gonna be like, how do you know? You just playing. You playing with God. You think you this, you think you that. Some things you just know. I don't need, it's just like hope. That, I ain't never seen God before, but I know he exists. I know. I've asked. I don't want to be like everybody going to church for 40 years singing to a God I don't know. So I asked him. I don't want to believe what somebody tell me because their grandfather told them and their mama told them and their mama was a preacher and they just said because they went to church for 50 years straight every day of the month. I don't want to know like that. I want God to reveal it to me. And he did. So now I know. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. I don't care what happened. I do know that he is real and he does exist. And he shares with the ones that ask. People be like, yeah, I didn't hear nothing. Yeah, because guess what? You got to get your life. You can still be a sinner. And he will still, only thing you got to do. Lord, this is me again. I just want to know the truth. I don't want people to be able to deceive me and tell me just stupid stuff that don't make sense about the Red Sea parted and whatever else, and then you made it rain bread. And what else? And there was a woman that had a baby and she was a virgin. What else? They be telling me all this stuff. I want to know. Show me that you are real. And then some of these things that they say in the Bible are secrets and all this other stuff. I'm going to tell you the best kept secret is in the book. Because guess what? Everybody know. Especially black folks. Y'all ain't going to read it. You ain't going to read it. So they can just tell you whatever. So you'll go to church every day, every Sunday, thinking it's the Sabbath, and every day thinking that you are without sin because you know words and you know verses and all this other stuff. But you know what? When you have a intimate relationship with God, you know him. Just like you know your kids. I'm not talking about no sex when I say intimate. I mean you literally spend time with this person. You literally spend time with God. You know what he like. You know what he don't like. You know how he is. It ain't everything that you see is what you see is what it is. It's not. Do you know the most realness stuff in this world is the things that's not even seen? And you'd be like, what in the snakes as big as houses and buses? Shut the front door. Angels, everybody talking about, I seen an angel. You know what they say how big an angel wing is? As big as a football field. That's how big an angel's wing is. If you want to know. And remember when they said that Jesus said this. Jesus said, and don't quote me because I remember way back, I was just amazed that when Jesus said, I can call my Father, when they had put him on top of the mountain and they were getting ready to take him, and he was like, I can just call my Father and he can send, well, I can't remember how many, was it a dozen or something, or so many angels. I can't remember if somebody can get that passage and whatever. Like I said, yeah, that's the reason why we go to church. We go to church so the things that we don't remember, we can remember those words, you know. But Jesus did say, I can call on my Father, and wouldn't he just bring on so many angels to come and take me and save me? Because he would. And the devil knows this. And if he would have called those angels and they would have spread out over that mountain, you would not see a speck of grass. You would not even see a speck of grass. And some people be like, but SP, what about the soldiers? They killed him. And what did Peter do? Peter ended up taking his sword out and chopping off one of the soldiers' ears. And what did the Lord do? The Lord had to put it back on. Said, don't do that. Don't do that. You mad, but don't do that. This has to be done. I bet you that soldier was sitting there without his ear in his hand, and he's like, ah! And the Lord was like, oh no, I'll put it back on for you. There you go. God is so good that Cody's gonna get justice. Whether it's justice here on earth, there's not justice here on earth. There's no such thing as justice here on earth. It's just not, you guys. Think about it. And Cody's gone. Classic and Sincere is gone. Malia Davis is gone. Malia Bass is gone. Cash is gone. You know, these babies, Harmony is gone. They're gone. They're not here. They'll never grow up. You'll remember them for exactly what age they are and the smile that they had on their face. Being around these people. Some of it is accidentally. They didn't mean to harm the child. Whatever went on, maybe they lost it. Maybe they were doing something they had no business doing. Think about what I'm saying. Both parents. I'm just being honest with you. That's why you should have two. Two twined together. That way, and it's supposed to be in a marriage. Because when one fails or fall, the other one will be able to pick the other one up. When we have these kids, and then, yeah, I know it's hard raising these kids by yourself. I know, I raised mine. I raised all three, even adopted one by myself. Some of y'all did the same thing because you couldn't trust the other person because the other person deceived you. You know, if that person deceived you, let me see. Some fathers can still cope and be a father figure in that child's life. I'm not saying all fathers can, no. But you know the ones that can, and you know the ones that will hurt your child. You know if they're going to put some stuff in that child's life. Let's see. Look at April. She wasn't with her baby's daddy no more. But one thing about April, she was like, you have to think. Could he harm Cupcake? You know, there's no reason for him to harm Cupcake. Thank you, SP, for the Bible study. Oh, Lisa Calhoun, you're welcome. I study with y'all. Y'all study with me. I'll be glad when somebody can just call in and give. Girl, I love every story in the Bible. That's what they're in there for. The Lord said that they are right. Them stories are right. And they're supposed to be in there for edification, for correction, and for proof. That guess what? You can make it through it. Look at these things. If you're looking for the answer to anything that you're going through in this world, somebody's not in your kid's life. Maybe they don't need to be. X is for a reason. Remember that, family. X's is X's for a reason. When you put somebody, you go, you know what? I just can't be with this person no more. Why? Why can't you be with the person? Did they cheat on you? Because they're a cheater. Did they hit you? Because they're abusive. Did they lie about everything? Did you look in their eye and see them looking at your children in the wrong way? Don't get mad when people don't see what you see. Remove yourself from these people. They are an X. And remember that X is a reason for that X. Yeah. 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 You guys think I'm stupid. And I tell you what. CV Bates says, preach. No truer words have been spoken. I know that Cody is 4, but he will forever 3. Well, here's the thing. So the mom had a shirt on, and that's what the shirt says. Cody forever 3. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, I don't know. I can't say I ain't been up there in heaven, but I can tell you, I don't know how the laws and the rules and stuff work up there in heaven. I mean, do you age in heaven, or you just may remember him as 3? But just like there's no gender up there in heaven, did y'all know that? There's no gender in heaven, no he or she or whatever. And people want to know, are we going to know our loved ones when we go? I can't tell you that. I don't know. I ain't asked. Some of y'all have asked. Some of the things that we ask for, we don't really need to know. Because we only know this carnal world. We really do. We only know this. So even to ask something of that nature, like it really don't matter. I mean, if he's alive, he's alive. You know? We don't even really know if they come back and have to redo life in another body or whatever. Just because somebody takes them out, that doesn't mean it is the end. I don't know. Then some people be like, oh, SP, don't say that, because there's only but 2 people that went up into heaven that died and came back. And that is Elijah, and that is Jesus. I say, you don't know. God can do whatever he wants. You don't know. You don't know. I don't say no absolutes when it comes to the Lord, because with God, it can be anything. And that's the good thing. When you have a God that we have, you can be on the bottom. You can have a penny to your name, and the very next day You can be on top of the world. You can be a multi-billionaire if that's what he chooses for you to be or to become or to have. He will place it. One day you may not have rent, and the next day you might own all the houses on the block. It can happen. When you with God, anything is possible. All things is possible. Philippians 3, I think it's 4:16 or something of that nature. I can't remember, but it's in Philippians. All things are possible. When but the good thing, the funny thing about it is, and like we get to be Christians. And Christians got a bad name now. When you say you're a Christian, everybody be like, oh yeah, you just run around church and church. And, when I say I'm a Christian, I'm just trying to be Christ-like. That's what a Christian is to me. Everybody has their own way. I am still a sinner. I'm going to die a sinner. But I'm going to die a Baptist too. Even though that my husband is Pentecostal, I'm still a Baptist at the end of the day. But back on Cody, this is my reaction video because yes, I am like I could have, and I did kind of celebrated a little bit that she said 1 Corinthians 13:12 says we will recognize each other. Thank you. I believe that we will recognize each other, Lisa. I've never, but thank you for that. And I will hold on to that information. 1 Corinthians 13:12. I believe that we will recognize each other. I don't believe that it will be in a physical sense. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever met somebody one time and you've never really met them, but their whole, they could be from a whole different state and they say, oh, I've never been to Kansas before. And you'd be like, dang, I know you. I know you from somewhere. And you're looking at them like, you telling me you ain't never been here before, but I know you. And they be like, no, I've never been to Kansas before. Well, where are you from? You from Kalamazoo. Man, I ain't never been to Kalamazoo. Are you sure? I know you from somewhere. But, you just can't even get it together. One day, we going to be with the Lord, you guys. Some of us is. Not all of us, but some of us is. I will. I speak that into existence. I'm just not going to turn my back. But at the end of the day, we're going to be with the Lord, right? And we will be able to ask him all the questions that we want. CV Bates said, that happened to me yesterday. You guys, isn't God good? Isn't he good? So even though that we're saddened by what, Antoine said, I was, out of everything, I just really wanted to recap when he said that. I hate to say it, but, I'm just trying to get the reality of it. Cody's dead. Lisa Calhoun says, I love God in his word. I love learning about my daddy. I hear you. You know what? When people be like, oh Lord, she finna say something about the Bible. She finna say something about the word. Hey, if you don't know me, guess what? It never changes. We've been rocking with this channel for 4 years, maybe going on 5. I don't know. Whatever. But I guarantee you, it stays in my mouth. His words. And I'm going to tell you something. That's really, really good. And I don't know how good and true it is, but just think, when you get older and you grow in the word and stuff, you know certain things, but you be like, but how do I know that? And you just know. Remember when the Lord Jesus was walking the earth and he was asking his disciples, who do they say I am? And they was like, oh, you you Elijah, or you're Noah, or you this, and then Peter says, you the Messiah, you're the living God, or you're Jesus, you're the Son of God, or whatever. And then Jesus said, there's no way you could have known that unless my Father told you that. Because how would you know something? There's no way you could know unless my Father told you. And then there's no way. So some people, and God is right here on this channel, and we don't know how many people have come to accept Jesus as their own personal Savior. Exactly. We don't know. But I tell you this. So when the day do come, and some of us, I say we because it's going to be more than me. I know that. But I don't know. But we'll be able to ask him questions. We'll be at his foot, or we'll just be like, God, it's going to be a beautiful day. And that's what's so funny. Like, I'm sad for Cody, but I know he's with the Father, but I'm sad. I'm sad because he didn't get to experience life. There was nobody's business to take this child's life. But for some reason they thought whatever they was doing to this baby, whether they the father, the mother, the cousin, the brother, the auntie, the sister, whatever, you had no right taking this child's life. You had no right. And I feel sad for the child, that the child don't get to grow up and ride a bicycle in a physical aspect. Learn the ABCs and how to write and read and do arithmetic and date and be married and go to school and pick out what he want to know in love. Phyllis says, I'll be so glad to see Jesus that many of my questions won't even matter. I know. Let me tell you something, Phyllis. And some of y'all understand what I'm saying. If you ever had if you had, in the word I was trying to understand, and I just read it in the book, was concubine. Yeah, that man that messed around with Bathsheba, King David, he had a concubine. He didn't need to go get with Bathsheba, but for some reason he wanted somebody else's wife. But anyway, back to what you just said, Phyllis. If you ever really, you guys listen, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to give you time. If you really had a experience with God or with an angel or a spirit, and you've been spoken to, or you've seen a spiritual something, anything, if God spoke to you, or you learned, God shared something with you, he let not saying that you went to church and you felt good. I'm not telling you to feel good. I'm saying literally, audibly heard God, seen an angel, or got an answer from the Lord. Put a 1 in the chat. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to tell us about it, because people ain't going to believe you no way. They're going to think you crazy or you cuckoo or whatever. Just put a 1 in the chat. Not somebody told you about God, but he allowed himself to be seen, heard, or known in a physical way. Whether you seen him or you heard him, Okay, we got Sanja, Lisa Calhoun, Phyllis, Six Sense. Okay, so you 3, 4 people I'm talking to right now. I'm just talking to you. Okay, so when and only you 4 I'm talking to. So when it happened, whether you seen him or you heard him or you seen an angel or whatever, when it happened, you really couldn't believe it was happening. You thought you was dreaming or something like that. Okay? She says, my mother almost killed me and sent me an angel because I was not done. That's why I feel his presence always. I'm not talking about, but I'm not talking about a present. But P.S. You must been encountered with an angel. But here's the thing. She shouted and knew it was nobody but God. Okay? Okay, because you know. But, I mean, and when you know, you know. Can't nobody tell you nothing different. Can't nobody tell you nothing different. You be sitting there, but when it happened, you be like, oh my God. You be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. When he moves in your life, you know. But here's the thing. You already know when nobody was going to believe you. She said, right, scared the mess out of me. She said, right, scared the mess out of me. You didn't even put your one up in the chat, Lisa Calhoun. She said, nobody. Yeah. So here's the question. When it happened, because I know everybody got 50 million questions, 50 million and one. I promise you, when it happened, not one of those questions was even asked. You thinking, now you think now, you be like, and it happened so quick and so fast, and it was just, I'm just telling you the truth. You be like, I didn't ask him this. I didn't ask him that, can I come back? I didn't ask him, why do we have tornadoes? I didn't ask him, how was my mama? I didn't ask him none of that. Because when it happened, you're so surprised, like Phyllis says, that none of those questions was asked. None of those questions was asked. How am I going to die? Am I going to get to go to heaven? Da 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 da. He spoke. You sitting there like, is this God? Is this not God? Or is this? Hold on. Let me. Am I losing it? Am I crazy right now? She said, I couldn't even talk. Just grateful. Exactly. And then you realize something. Hold on. Let me straighten up. This got to be God, because it's telling me to do something my heart, my carnal body do not want to do. Because I just want to go and hurt somebody right now. If my kids is not, oh my God, Lord, please, I'm putting all the trust in you right now. That's because right now, there's got to be something going on that I'm finna get myself in the world of trouble. And the only person in this world can make me not do what I am getting ready to do is you. It's gotta be you. Because if it was the devil would have said, hurry up and go do this. The Lord said no. The Lord had to stop me from doing something in my heart I was ready to do. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to listen to my mama. I wasn't going to listen to nobody. And the Lord stopped me in my tracks and said, no. You couldn't tell me not to go home and go see my kids. You couldn't tell me. I clocked out at work. I was in my car, which I had the Escalade at the time, and I was ready to go put in some work. And when you guys know, when I say put in work, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about street. Somebody's finna get hurt. Playing with me and my kids. I was ready to go to jail. And I was going. So, you guys know that if he sets out time to let you know who he is, there was a message there. And the message for me was trust in him. And I had to trust him because I knew who it was. It couldn't be nobody but God. I'm sitting there going, hold on. I'm thinking in my head, is this God? I didn't hear it in my head. I heard it audibly. I'll never forget it. And that's before, that's after I had already been a Christian. I had never heard Jesus' voice. The Lord's voice. I don't know if it's Jesus or the angel or whatever. Even when they come in his name, you guys, guess what? That's what they're for. Everybody have angels, and the angel's supposed to help them. But hey, if he took out time to make sure I got the message not to do something, then guess what? It must be very important for me not to do it. And I ain't listening to nobody but him or her or it or whatever you want to call it. God. That's it. Just God. And it wasn't no, you better not do this or you better do this. It wasn't like that. It was very soft voice. And I said voice because I heard it. I wasn't on no drugs. Hadn't been doing no drugs. Don't do drugs. I just don't, you guys. That's just not my partay. And I thought when I heard him tell me not to go home, I stopped the car and I said to myself, what the heck is going on here? And I think I did say, Lord, is that you? I think I did say that. I can't remember now. And then I heard the voice say again, do not go home. Because I know what was in my heart. I was ready to take somebody out, and it was my ex-husband. And I thought right then, he's at home with my kids. So I said, I boo-hooed and cried, called my mom, told my mom. My mom says, girl, you losing it. You losing it. You losing it. I said, no, Mom, I know what I heard. And the Lord told me not to go home. So I'm turning this car around and I'm going back to work and I'm going to stay the whole shift. My mother told me, she says, well, I'll call you back. Or call me on your break. I got back to work and I went in the basements of Boeing aircraft. In the basement where the rats are. Big sewer rats and stuff. Where nobody could see me in a dark place. And I got on my knees and I prayed and I prayed. And I was like, I'm going to continue to pray until you give me some kind of security in my heart. Or I hear your voice. Did not hear his voice again. But I prayed and I prayed. And I was like, dang, I'm just praying. I'm praying. Just let me hear your voice one more time, Lord. And I prayed and I didn't hear his voice again. And I said, Lord, I'm trusting you. I'm back at work. He won't even let me hear my kid's voice on the phone when I call. And that's when faith comes in. Faith comes in. I got up off the floor and I said, I know what I heard. And I know what I got to do. He say don't go, then I'm not going to go. I'm going to wait till my shift is over and I'm going to go home. And I went home. Well, Hold on, let me back up and share with you guys something. I went upstairs and I called my mom again. Now remember, he would not let me talk to my kids. I think my son was about 3 or 4 and my daughter was 6 or 7. Take it that he didn't really too much care for Coco. And I knew this. See, this is what I'm telling you guys. A mother knows. A mother knows. Like, he's got a son that's 6 or 7 that I took in, and I treated this child as he was my own child. He didn't even treat my child as it was his own child. He did not care for my son, and I knew this. I can't tell you I didn't know. I knew. I knew. So he showed me in the time that we was together for 7 years, married. And I knew that this man did not care for my son. I don't know why. My son never did nothing to him. He wasn't getting in trouble. He was just a baby. But it wasn't his son. Matter of fact, when his son come over, my son like 3 years old. His son like 7. When his son comes over, his son still peed in the bed. My son, he 3. If he peed in the bed, he would want to beat my son to death. I told him, no, you cannot whoop my son. Because he beat my son. He hit my son so hard one time. My son told me it hurt him really bad. I told him, don't ever touch my son again. You cannot whoop him. No more. Ever. 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 I don't care how married we get. That's my child. Now, then his son came over, like maybe after that, and his son peed in the bed, peed on himself. He come telling me, oh, don't say nothing. Just go wash his clothes. Don't say nothing because, da-da-da-da-da. You know? So what did I do as a wife? I washed his son's clothes, dried his clothes, so he could put on his same clothes when he go back home. But I remember, and I said to myself, well, when my son peed in the bed, and he's 3, you wanted to whoop him like he crazy. But your son pee in the bed, you want it to be a secret. Just wash his clothes, don't say nothing, and just put him on something for right now, and we get ready to take him home. He go home and clean clothes and everything, go get his hair cut. Oh, yeah, he looked better going than he did coming. Clean and everything. And so you have to watch those things when a man is around, especially a boy child. A girl child, you have to watch to make sure they're not sexually aroused or looking at your daughters. The boys, they can hate him. Especially if he don't think he's the father. Everybody sit back and be like, Cory's the father of Cody because he looks like him. You guys can believe what you want to believe. We don't know. We don't know. Because women, we like what we like. We like certain men. Some like them dark, some like them light, some like them tall. I like tall men. We just like them, and they sometimes look alike. But at the end of the day, you do get a warning. You get a warning. And after that warning, I decided I cannot be with this man just because. The simple fact, I think you will hurt my kids. Because I'm ready to go to jail, prison, and everything. But I'm not ready for my kids to endure this. If I feel a threat, not even it ain't even have to be said. If I think it, I'm done. If I think it. You guys understand what I'm saying? The thought was, is my kids okay? The thought was. You understand what I'm saying? That's my warning. If I think one time that you would hurt my kids, there's no way in the world I'm going to give you time and opportunity to be around them again. And I talk like this to anybody that I've ever been around. And I say to them, did I make myself clear? Even to my husband now, I have to say the same thing. And I've said to him, my son, my kids are grown now. They don't live with me. So there's no threat here. But you will respect my kids. You ain't got to love them. You ain't even got to like them. You will respect them because they respect you of who you are. And if I don't see the same, it's time for you to go. I'm serious. It's time for you to go. And that's what we're not teaching these younger generations. We're not teaching them to stand on what they already know. Quit sitting there being simple-minded and giving everybody the time of day and chance when they don't deserve it. And then be like, oh my God. Oh, what? Sorry, I mean, the can hate their own son because they hate the mother. They different. They're wired different. Men are wired different than women. They are. That's why it's so different. Like, sometimes people be like, oh, I was born a woman, but I feel like I'm a man, or I'm a man, but I really like. Yeah, you can be feminine and be a man. You can be masculine and be a woman, but you're still a woman. It still don't make, just because the pronouns you want to be called this or called that. I've got so many gay friends, it's not even funny. And you know what? They love me. You know why they love me? I be for real. And they be for real with me. You want me to understand your philosophy, then explain it to me. Because if you're trying to tell me that you are a man, you're not. You just like women. If you're a woman and you just like women, you just like women. You're still a woman. And they get it and they be like, yeah, SP, yeah, you're right. I know I'm a woman. Okay. Because it doesn't make you a man because you like a woman or you're attracted to women. That's just what it is. That's why when some people be like, call me a man, I can't. I don't see that. So when I speak to you, I may not even, I call you by your name. So we had one family member come in here and I really don't even, I remember the person's name is River or whatever. I didn't know if River was a man, a woman, or whatever, or something, such. I didn't know. But if your picture and I see a man, I'm going to say, hey, he this. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's what I see. Oh, you're doing the transformation thing. Okay, well, you need to tell me that now that I know your name. And that, oh, you're just hating. You're very disrespectful. You hurt me. Whatever. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. That's what I see. Yes, you probably told that to me. And you know how small and minute it was to me? It was very small and minute. I would want to respect you. But if whatever your decision is, that's on you. Don't get mad at me because my decision of what I see is different. I'm not mad at you. You mad at me. You're mad at me because I don't see it the way you see it. So what? Move around. That's all I can tell a person. Period, point blank. You didn't get the message the first time. Get it the second time. Get it the third time. Just move around. Because I just don't see that. I'll be lying to myself to make you, to please somebody that I really don't even know. Now, how is that pleasing to myself? Now I'm lying to myself. That's why I tell people all the time, explain what you're saying. And even if I don't get it, I just don't get it. That doesn't change what I see or what I feel. I'm not going to lie to myself. Now, I may be hopeful, very hopeful, and say, oh yeah, maybe Cody is out there. Maybe he's out there somewhere. And I'm just wishful thinking. But at the end of the day, when Antoine said in his press conference, he's dead, okay. I'd rather for you to just come out and just be honest and say what you really believe instead of what other people believe. And I want to be liked by everybody. I don't care being liked by anybody. I just don't care. Because at the end of the day, when all this is said and done, you liking me ain't gonna change nothing. Ain't gonna put nothing on my table. Ain't gonna get me into heaven or to hell. Ain't none of that. I gotta be truthful with who I am. And this is who I am. That's why I tell you guys, I just don't have this is my reaction of what happened the other day. The 45 years he get, okay, he got 45. And he's looking at 156 to 163 more. Was Antoine harsh? He said nope. He said he hard because guess what? A child should not have to go through we looking for them. They don't. We shouldn't have to go through that. Now there's people that's out here in this world enough to come and hurt our kids. But a family member, a mama or a daddy, there ain't no difference, no big sin and little sin. But I guarantee you what? When a mama or a daddy hurt a child or sitting there won't tell us where a child is, that's crazy. That's really crazy. You guys. And God's going to be our vengeance on it. He really is. He's going to be our vengeance. That's what it is. I'm going to get off of here. Enjoy the rest of my day, you guys. I hope that you guys do something good for somebody, somewhere. Smile. Give them a sandwich. Give them a piece of candy. Buy them a soda pop or give them some water or something. But I don't change just because somebody just don't like the way I think. I think because if God want me to think different, he'll give me another direction. But not nobody. I don't care who you are or what you think of yourself. Give me another direction. Just because somebody got some hard times, we all got hard times. I know somebody had 3-4 deaths in a family, and all I had 2 deaths in my family in the same very freaking day. The same day. It was my uncle. My uncle died, and then who else died? Somebody else died. It just happened. It was recently, you guys. It was recently. 2 people died in my family on the same very day. A niece. I think it was a niece. It was a niece and an uncle. And then a week before that, my cousin died. Crazy. Crazy. But, I don't get mad at God. I don't get mad at God. Because if I get mad at God, I don't believe that He has the answer whether they have another life or not. And I do believe that there's something other than just dying and that's it. Now, if you believe that there's death and then that's it, hey, that's on you. You can believe that they die and that's it. I believe that there's something more to this than just die, and that keeps me going. And I believe that because that's what God tells us, and He tells us in the Bible. If it was not true, He would not tell us that. Jesus went to go make a place for us, and that's where He's doing. And He tells us right in that same sentence, if it was not true, He wouldn't tell us that. He went to go prepare a place. And that keeps me going, because I know that He can't lie. You guys understand that? So people, that there's death in your family, whether it's your mother, my mother's gone, my brother, I've got 2 brothers gone, my uncle, my father's dying as we speak. And yeah, I will be saddened, but I do believe that there is another place that He went to go prepare, because that's what He says. And He also said if it was not true, He wouldn't tell us that. So He knows that some people are sitting there, even in this chat, sitting there talking about, we're going to die and that's it, or whatever. Girl, bye. So I don't get really, I'm sad that we don't get to, the baby didn't get time to grow and stuff. And in the physical world. And somebody, allegedly the father, took the child out. I'm saddened behind that because, it almost seemed like it's not even fair. Like who gets to take somebody out of this world? You don't have the right to do that. See, what the bigger picture is, when you take one of God's children, not just saying children, a person, it can be a grown person, out of this world, you're taking a whole generation out. You know how they say, black people kill black people, they kill, they killing their own people. That's what you're doing. You're killing a whole Christian organization, a family, God's child, and then His children, and then their children. And you not just killed one person, you killed a whole generation. So these people who sticks up for people like that, then that's what you do. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sad. I mean, if the mother has nothing to do with it, so be it. I just don't have that feeling in my heart. And I don't regret it. I just don't. And I'm not going to lie to you or nobody else. I just don't. I just don't. I don't have to have a reason or an excuse. I feel what I feel, and you guys can feel what you feel. I just don't. And I couldn't even tell you why, because I just don't. She ain't never did nothing to me. Because I can't say something. I can say what she didn't do. I mean, but that's just the carnal mind. We want to see certain things. We want to see we want to see real tears. We don't want to see TikTok dancing. We don't want to see, oh, you said something slick, or I can't say nothing. You couldn't keep my mouth shut. I know, SP, everybody grieve differently. She don't want to say nothing. Shut up. That's okay. Good. Great. Because it couldn't happen to me. It could not happen to me and me shutting up. It could not. And everybody in here be like, it wouldn't happen to you either. But it's funny how this person, it do. An unstable person. It did. They didn't say nothing. But everybody in here be like, girl, I be crying a river. Girl, I be on everybody's news. Girl, I be in my car. Girl, I be praying. Girl, I couldn't get out of bed. I know I gotta keep moving. I get that. I understand that. But I guarantee you won't be doing no TikTok dancing. But whatever. I got people in here right now that didn't have people pass away in the last year. And I guarantee you, the day that they got the news, they didn't feel like doing no, feel me? They didn't feel like doing no TikToking. Let me tell you, sometimes people get emotional because other people are emotional. But if something ever happens to any 3 of my children, you guys will not see me for a while. I will come on and share with you my emotional effect and probably be crying every time when I come on here. And just because I love you guys. I do. I love you guys. You guys are my therapy. You guys I can talk to and I can vent. And I share my journey with you, my feelings, my emotions with you. But I will not lie to you about my feelings or my emotions to gratify anybody's anything. That's just the way I am. You can be my bestest friend, which, whatever. Or whatever. You're not. I still wouldn't lie to you about how I feel about something. Yeah, Tina, they did not have a right. That's my reaction to the whole thing. And yes, I am still devastated because when Antoine Bell said, that's what I wait for. That's Sanja Watts. No, we don't give up until we hear that. And we still gonna be still in prayer and hopeful because we ain't seen nobody. Like Harmony, we good. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Like Harmony, we still have hope on Harmony because we ain't never seen nobody. Classic and Sincere, we ain't never seen nobody. Cory, we ain't never seen Cody, we ain't never seen nobody. But Malia Davis, we seen. Braylon, we seen. Malia Bass, we seen. Breasia, we seen. So we still keep hope alive, but at the end of the day, when they say, there's something about the police, when they say they gone, that's it. It ain't for clout. They ain't doing it for clout or getting everybody mad. Because that's a strong statement. When Antoine said, he's dead. When that baby got on the stand, DJ, and said he wouldn't move, he looked it dead. He wouldn't move. His eyes was open. Now, he couldn't go do vitals because he don't know nothing about vitals. But he said he wasn't breathing. The baby described death. And that bothered me. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. This is longer than what we thought because this is our second or third time coming on. But anyway, you guys, that's the reaction of the sentence. I did get confirmation from Amanda and Amanda's friend. I can't remember what her name was, but they show up every now and then. I think they were with Team Cody. They came on and they just told me that they did give him 14 months of time served, and so that knocks off the 45 out of 2 years. So he's got 42 to go, 43 to go. And so we were trying to calculate some things. We had a good conversation, and I went. Some people, when you talk to them, you know me, I'm a little dramatic, so sometimes I'm yelling and screaming, saying, "Listen, listen, listen," and they like, "No, no, no, I get you 100%." And we're talking. I like having conversations like that because I give them the mic, and then they tell me what they see and what's going on. But the lady told me that he's got to do 85% of his time. And so 85% of his time off of 45 is 38 years, 0.25. So for all of you guys that wanted to know that, that's how we calculated. They calculated it. I was like, no, no, no. Y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me calculate it because I know how to do percentage. And I went right to my phone and it said 38.25. I was like, oh, you see what I'm saying? I'm like, my bad. I guess y'all know how to do percentages too. I miss you too. She said, I miss y'all rolling eyes. I know. I'm sorry. But we gonna get back on there, and then you guys will see how people like Miss PS. They be like, I don't want to just hear your voice. I want to see you. Well, I'm the same person. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? I don't want no one feeling left out. You are important. Yeah. And I love you guys. I really do. You guys, y'all rock. Y'all really, if you guys think, and I tell people all the time, I don't need 2,000 people, 100 people, 50 people, 20 people, 10 people. Just if you got that one person, and we're all across the world. You got people in Texas, you got people in Virginia, you got people in Memphis, Tennessee, you got people in Las Vegas that come on here. We connect for a reason. And it's because, we're growing. It can help you. If it, and some people gonna fall from the wayside. They gonna be like, I'm going through this. They ain't gonna understand. I don't want to share it. They gonna be like, what happened? Because we all be wanting to know what happened. What happened? But I guarantee you, when you hit hard times, if there's something we can do, you'll reach out. We'll try to help. We will try to help if it's legit. If it's legit, we do try to help. We really do. We'll come together, even if it ain't nothing but sending you some lunch. We do be trying to help. She says, love from the Netherlands. Yes, New York is in the house. New York. I see you in the building. All right, you guys, we've been on here for a very long time. I thank you guys for showing up. We didn't listen to the whole thing. We'll listen to the whole thing Friday. We'll get reactions from anybody that wants to come on Friday. Share what you know and what you think. I'll shut my mouth. I will shut my mouth. If you guys want me to shut my mouth, you're going to have to call in and share your reaction of what you feel, and we will all listen. Now, don't get mad at me. Nobody calls in and everybody go like, I thought we was going to have a call in. Well, I can't make you call in and share your emotional feelings about Cody and what's going on. You guys understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, it is very sad. It is very sad. But least Cory don't get to walk around going to Hardee's, eating his favorite meal, like his family, like that's his favorite meal. You know, like, people gonna have to pay for this. And the people that rock with a killer, you know what? You better be glad because some people will rock with a killer just because, they don't want, they just, but they know. I tell you what, people really know the freaking truth. They know the truth. When you're that close to the situation, you know. Be like, well, okay, well, why don't we let Cory out and let him watch your kids? Be like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Oh, I trust him with everything. Okay, Miss Tendalina, I don't know if she got kids or nothing, but let you go to jail and we let Cory watch your kids for 3 months. That girl come back, she wouldn't have no hair. She be done lost all the weight in the world, because you guys know she picked up a whole bunch of weight. Her legs was rubbing together. And I ain't gonna be talking about nobody's legs rubbing together, because my show be trying to go there, and I be like, me, come on, Diesel. We going walking. Because when you get older and things happen, there's ways to accommodate some of the pain that we have, and eating is one of them, and sitting at home and crying and everything, and your hair comes out and you eat more, and your complexion ain't looking well, and but we deal with it, and it's just life. We can't bring Cody back, but one day we will see him. And there's something Kevin Hart, I mean, not Kevin Hart, but I guess it's not Kevin Hart, but Cat Williams said. Cat Williams was raised by some Jehovah Witnesses, and he said when he was a kid, and I'm gonna tell you something about documentaries. When you look at documentaries and people, what they say, and when they were real people, you listen to them. So Cat Williams said that when he grew up, he wanted to be God's best friend. Well, coming from a family that don't believe in God, like, people think Jehovah Witnesses believe in God. I don't know what they believe in. I studied their thing, and they say they do believe in God. They just don't believe in Jesus. And then the saying is, how can you accept the Holy Ghost if you don't believe in Jesus? Because that's what he came to give us, a sword. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go to man to go talk to God anymore, because Jesus is God, and he says, I is him. I am them. I am that I am. Okay? And it can't nobody tell me that I ain't. But nevertheless, I love it how bold. I used to think that God was weak. I really did, you guys. I used to think, I don't want to be a part of something that's weak like that. Like, gotta turn your back and treat people good and nice. I'm like, that's weak. That's weak. I don't want to do that. I just don't. Like, I want a God that's, but as you learn who God is and how bold he is, and he's almost like a comet. I mean, things that he has done in the past, you guys sit back and just, if you just watch, because he can do it any way he wants to be honest with you, it's his. It's just like when you go and you work, or and you work and you get a check, that check is yours. I don't care who you owe, that's your check. That's your check. You can go and spend it at the casino, the whole check. Everybody can get mad. You can give it to me, Everybody can still get mad. You can give it to the homeless. Everybody can get mad. You can go buy millions or 100 pieces of penny candy. But that's your check. You can go pay all your bills or don't pay none of them. And go get your hair done. That's your check. To do what you want with it. That's how this world is. It's God's world. And he'll do with it what he pleases. It only happens if he allows it to happen. So I can accept what has happened to Cody. I can accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his to do what he wants to with. If he didn't really want it to happen, he would have intervened. I'm telling you guys, he would have intervened. Doesn't mean that because he didn't intervene, he was not paying attention or looking. It just means he did not intervene. And now, where would you want Cody? To be in that situation or be with God? Let's be honest with ourselves. I'd rather for him to be with God. I'd rather for him to be with God. Amen. Amen. All right, you guys. I'm going to get off of here. Be good. Be great. And sometimes you just got to be nice to everybody. Bye.